Everything good? The crowd showing up, and we're ready to rock out there at the stadium.
Getting better.
We're optimistic on Diggs and Guyton playing tonight. That was the word from Stephen Jones. We know, what Diggs can do to turn a game around. How much better is Guyton than Udoka right now, Broadus?
Well, the thing where I think Guyton gets in trouble is because of the penalties.
Yes.
When you watch him 65 plays, and there's a couple of them where he looks off balance, one-legged football player, getting beat inside, finds a way to recover. It's the penalties, I think, that makes everybody mad at Guyton right now.
And it's because of everything that you just pointed out.
Yeah.
He's so large as a human being, and it's some of the issues that we saw watching him at Oklahoma.
Right.
You always talked about him marrying the hands with the feet. When he gets kind of top-heavy, now he's having to lunge, and that's when you'll see the hand placement. Even if some of the times we've gone back in slow-mo replay and said that's not a hold, to the official who might have an awkward vantage point, it's like hands are on the outside. They're on the outside of the shoulder pad. That's a holding call. So he's not getting the benefit of the doubt on those, and he's putting himself in awkward positioning based on where his hand control is.
So the roof's open right now, from my understanding. Do you think they'll leave it open for the game?
Yeah, if they open it up, I think that's the plan. If they start with it, let the teams warm up, and it's going to be a really nice night for football. So it does look like the doors on the side. Now, if the doors are open, that kind of can affect like the breezes that go when you start talking about the kicking game. But with the roof, it's just give everybody an opportunity to go fresh air in that place.
So yes, along with that fresh air, I think maybe a stocking cap like the one Lucius has on right now. Maybe a good coat if you're heading out there. I don't know what we're getting down to tonight, but I know anything around 50 is a little bit too cold for me.
Yeah, especially here in the Miller Lite West Plaza, like it kind of traps the wind a little bit. So it's just that breeze. Like the sun is shining enough now to where it's still warm, but you can feel in the shade with a little breeze. It's going to get a little bit nippy there. We're going to have to go jacket on here, Broadus.
So
the both of us.
I got my jacket on.
Yeah.
Among your storylines, Troy Aikman, who's going to join you guys coming up at 6 o'clock, his play-by-play man, Joe Buck, saying this week Jerry Jones is the biggest star in the NFL. What do you guys make of that? Is he right?
Man, I would say he's right up there. I still think ultimately you think of a player first. Like, is it Pat Mahomes just because the greatness and the way he transcends things? Of course, Lamar Jackson, electricity, MVP, always on a winning team. So I think those guys are still, if you just were polling the average fan, but there's no question that who the most powerful is.
Yeah, and maybe a top 10. I think that's a great point, Chief. I agree with you. What do you say, Wolchuk?
Man, I kind of was leaning a player too, but like when I'm thinking about it, I don't think there's any player that can make a statement that is now going to set the NFL on fire like when Jerry speaks, right? I mean, it's like no matter what he says when he's on with Sean and RJ or KMC, it's going to be clipped. It is going to be headlines, and NFL Network, ESPN, Fox Sports, whatever network it is that talks about sports, the headline's not Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen or Barkley or Parsons or whatever. It's what did Jerry Jones and the Cowboys say? And I think that even eclipses his own quarterback in Dak Prescott. So, I mean, I initially felt the same way as you did, Eric, but like thinking about it, I don't know that any player has the same type of polarizing words and can tilt just eyeballs and ears like Jerry Jones.
Yeah, he is the ultimate P.T. Barnum when it comes to sports and opinions and things like that. You get national programs leading their broadcasts with stuff that Jerry Jones and the Cowboys are doing, and this team is 5-7 right now. So that just shows you the reach that this man has. He's always had that reach. He's made this league, he's made these owners from mom and pop shops to all billionaires by TV deals, revenue deals with sponsorships, merchandising and all that. He's helped and had hand in stadiums being built around the league, creating them, helping create funds so the league can lend money to these owners in order to help build stadiums and stuff. So yeah, his reach and power in this league it's very reminiscent of the man who sat in the chair before him And when you talk about Tex Schramm and what the influence he had over Pete Rozelle.
Shout out to Broadus for living up to the crusty name and referencing a P.T. Barnum who died in the 1800s.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a hell of a callback.
No, but he's
one of my favorite former
ultimate
Connecticut state representatives of all time.
He's the ultimate showman.
Yeah. Hey, The Greatest Showman. That's a hell of a movie.
So we're a little bit warmer right now, maybe coming down into the 50s there towards the end of the game. But I agree with that. Everything you guys said. I think for sure he's around top 10, maybe top 5, but I don't think there's anything bigger than Mahomes. Like, I would measure it by, what is your endorsement fee if Ford wants you to, be their official spokesperson, right? You're the guy that's going to have the biggest influence on the fans. But no doubt Jerry Jones is massive. How about Jason Witten's Liberty Christian winning TAPS Division I state title, ending Parish's 5-year run, and last year they won the Division II state title. They got moved up, and they still kicked butt and took names. What's that do as far as how you look at him as a coach candidate?
It's going to get him an interview. Nobody loves high school football more than Jerry and Steven.
Hey, that's true.
So, I'm saying that with tongue in cheek. I will say, I do believe that if the Cowboys do go into a coaching search, Jason Witten is going to get an interview.
Yeah,
they're going to ask, but maybe they'll ask Jason Witten, would you be interested? Okay, we're talking about a coaching position. Okay. But Jason Witten asked them as, hey, I want to talk about the head coaching position, or could the Cowboys entice him to come on to the staff and be a coach? No, maybe not an OC, but could he be
even a tight ends coach?
Something, yeah. What is your interest in? And Jason will probably tell you, listen, I don't want to do anything other than be a head coach. But I do have a feeling that he is going to get an opportunity to talk about this job if it does come open.
Yeah, it doesn't change anything for me, Gavin, in terms of, you win a state championship in high school in the state of Texas, it's a big deal. You don't want to diminish that. But it's a crazy jump to go from private school.
How many years did he play in the NFL?
Yeah, but it's like even Dan Campbell, and that's what the comp is, right? Dan Campbell went through a tight ends coach, interim coach in Miami.
Leader of men?
Then went over to New Orleans. Not saying he would, it's just, man.
NFL Man of the Year, captain for like 15 years.
Man, Jeff Saturday had a great resume like that too, and they were laughed
Not that
at.
extent.
They were Jeff Saturday as a center was one of the best when he played.
But not to the extent of the number of the Pro Bowls and stuff that Jason Witten.
Went to a lot.
He
went to a lot.
I'm just saying, you're talking about like 18 years of playing of
it's kind of gimmicky, man. For a high school guy, I get what you're saying, but that's why
what's the difference between him and quarterback quality control coach you want to hire from the Rams?
He's actually coached in the NFL. It's a pretty big difference.
Guys played in the NFL for 18 years.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to a communication style,
really
though.
Has much weight.
I just think it's about these players, and can you hire a staff? Look what Dan Campbell's done.
The staff is big.
You find a staff that can work, that you can work with. Jason Witten can stand in front of a team and be credible.
Right.
Can Dave Canellis stand up there in front of a team and be credible?
We were just talking about Tom Brady and how, on the play-by-play call, it's one thing. You put him on set in a studio, and he's got a completely different swagger and confidence about him. I can't bet that because he can command the attention of 17-year-olds, it's going to work with 27-year-olds as well. I think it's a significant risk.
Yeah, we're questioning if one of the greatest coaches, if not the best, in Bill Belichick, could go from the NFL and succeed in college.
Oh, he'll be fine wherever Bill Belichick is fine because Bill Belichick's a program builder. That's the recruiting.
I think that's more likely than
that's the recruiting. But
to the NFL, we're going to give him a head coaching job in the NFL. That's wild.
Okay, but you're talking about an organization that doesn't have a traditional general manager.
Oh, if any team's going to do it, it's this one. And I think
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think that's why this could work.
But
this is why it could work, because what's happened is this general manager is not going anywhere.
I think
anybody else could get fired.
How unserious the organization is about actually trying to win a damn championship.
You think that they're unserious if they interview a guy that has the skins on the wall?
If you hire the guy, yeah. You're not serious if you're hiring a high school football coach to be your head coach of an NFL team without having experience in the NFL or even in the college ranks. That is crazy.
I just remember Andy Reid not having any coordinator experience at all and getting a head coach.
It's not even comparable, Brian.
I'm just saying. I mean, you're talking about experience.
Yeah, and he got the experience and became a good head coach.
Yeah, that's a pathway from like quarterback coach or assistant of some sort to the next step as an OC. Has it ever happened, high school to the NFL?
No.
Yeah, for good reason, Brian. I know it could happen. I just don't think it's a good idea.
You guys should not, and you're saying unserious, but get ready. You might be you're going to continue to cover an unserious team, and this unserious team is going to interview that guy.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%. I think we all agree
that's
with
what I'm
you.
saying.
The Cowboys could do this.
So when they interview him, just make sure you talk about it being unserious.
Well, I don't think it's unserious. I think it's a bad idea. But I think
that's fine. That's what I'm saying.
Enough to
make sure. No, we got to make sure that we do that. That we hold them to task. That they're unserious. That's what I'm. That's all I'm saying.
I'll hold them to task.
I'm just saying. You know what? I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying that there is a possibility this guy has more skins on the wall as a player, and and what they know about him as a person to be able to do this. That's what they know. That's all I'm saying. That's why I think he's going to get an opportunity, because they know the player, they know the person. That's why I think he gets an opportunity.
Of course, that is the voice of Brian Broaddus, the former Cowboys scout, and he knows better than anybody how that works.
Hey, I'm not saying that. Don't throw that in there, Dawson. I'm just saying.
I was just trying to give you some love, brother.
It's not with you. It doesn't come that way sometimes. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Just saying. All but right. To me, my experience is I understand what you guys are saying, and you're absolutely right. But my point of view is, this team, they will give him an opportunity because of what they know about the person. That's all I'm saying.
I believe it.
That's all I'm saying.